Golden State Warriors took Game 2 on their home court, 118-91 to even the series in the Western Conference Finals against the Oklahoma City Thunder. A hell of a basketball game. The series really is going to be way too much fun. From the get-go, the Warriors stormed out quickly, as we've seen them do through many of their regular season games and some of the playoff games, but the Thunder were answering every single question that the Warriors threw at them for the first two quarters. Really, the first 22 minutes of that game. Kevin Durant in the second quarter, once again out there to, for some reason, prove to critics out there that he is one of the best scorers in the league, if not the best scorer in the league. And seriously, just the way that he was rolling off screens and getting open looks when he really didn't have that much space to work with was truly amazing, and he was wet. We were talking yesterday about a t-shirt that was circulating. Kevin, quote, looks like rain, Durant. The Weatherman t-shirt. We'll throw it up for you here. And that's what it was for most of that second quarter. And then you start to think, at least through that point of the game, man, the Thunder might be able to take 2 games in Golden State and head back home with a 2-0 series lead. But then the third quarter comes around. By the way, they went into the half down 8 points because the Warriors, resilient in that end of that second quarter, especially through Andre Iguodala, who comes off the bench and once again proves on both ends of the floor, offensively, defensively, off-ball screens, off-ball movement, and finishing at the rim. Now, one of the more ridiculous circus shots we've seen, at least in this playoffs, that was some hell of a finish. Quite fun to watch. A lot of English on that ball as it spins off the rim for the and one. So we move into the second half, right? And, you know, Stephen Curry is the MVP of the National Basketball Association. He's the back-to-back MVP of the National Basketball Association. He's closing in on another NBA playoffs record, by the way. Ray Allen has the most playoff games with 5 three-pointers made. He has 21. Steph Curry's got 19 after last night's win. He's probably going to break that record this playoffs and set a record that we might not ever see get broken years down the line, because Steph Curry in the third quarter, as we've seen the Warriors do, ripped off a scoring run for the ages. He scored 12 points in 82 seconds. Now, that's not Tracy McGrady, you know, and Reggie Miller in the last minutes of crunch time in a playoff game in the fourth quarter. I mean, Tracy McGrady was regular season, where we see something we've actually never seen before because, well, we've seen Steph Curry do this a couple times this year alone. But whatever Kevin Durant was doing in the second quarter, Steph Curry came out and said, I see you, I want to do it better. You know, and it was kind of tipped off, or I should say the climactic point of that whole series is when he shot it, he knew from 3, he knew it was going in, so he decided to look Serge Ibaka in the face. The guy's got this confidence on the court, this quiet trash talking, I guess I'd call it, because only Steph Curry is getting away with turning around on a three-pointer. It's rude, as Deadspin puts it. It's very rude. But then after the game, very humble, very quiet confidence, I want to say again. Very kind in his words for the press conference afterwards. But on the court, he's ruthless. He shimmies. He does all these amazing moves to get open. And when, the Warriors have the MVP back on their team, oh, the Warriors, man, they're minus 10 when Curry's off the floor for when he's injured and Draymond Green is plus 13, so, you know, how Draymond Green should be the real MVP of that team. And while Draymond Green played another great game, Draymond Green also, you know, a lot of Twitter reaction to the dirty play when he kneed Steven Adams in the groin. Watched it a couple times. I don't think it was super intentional. But the thing that I wanted to say about Draymond Green, at least, is this is always who Draymond Green has been. Draymond Green since Michigan State, which, by the way, Tom Izzo was in the building, also screaming at Draymond Green from the stands, which I thought was hilarious. Once a coach, always a coach. Was always this, you know, it depends. You can use the positive term that he's passionate. You can use the negative term that he's dirty, right? You can say the same thing about Steven Adams. Man, the passion that Steven Adams brings to the floor every night, you know, it's something that really boosts his teammates, and it's great to see. Or you can say, well, he's a dirty player because he throws elbows and he hard flagrant fouls sometimes. It just depends if you're a fan of the player or not. So this is always who Draymond Green has been, and it's always who he's going to be all throughout the playoffs, all throughout his career. He likes to talk. He likes to trash talk. He likes to flex. That's who he is. But again, he's indispensable to that Warriors team on both ends of the floor. Not the craziest scoring outburst from Draymond Green. He finished shy of a triple-double in every category by about 1-2. He had 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 8 points. But once Steph Curry ripped off that scoring run, home crowds really can suck the soul out of an opposing team. And that's what I think happened, because The crowd there got so behind it that you couldn't even hear the whistle getting blown at the end of that third quarter. And once the end of the third quarter came, the Warriors reverted back to their regular season form where you get to see Ian Clark and Brandon Rush running the backcourt. I thought the Thunder played too much hero ball in the second half of that game. And you can see the difference between Thunder Game 1, Thunder Game 2. First of all, everybody said that the Warriors are going to come out and win this game. They're going to defend their home court. They're not going back 2-0. I actually thought everyone was wrong for 2 quarters because, again, who says the Thunder can't win this series? Who says the Warriors can't win this in 5? Who says the Thunder can't win this in 5? It's the NBA playoffs. Anything could happen. But what really needs to happen for the Thunder to truly pull off this, I don't even want to call it an upset anymore, to pull off this win, because it would be obviously deserved, they have to revert back to team basketball. It worked so well against the Spurs. That's how they beat them in 6. Yes, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook are your go-to guys, and they have to play their best basketball and lead this team. But when you can get guys like Steven Adams and Cantor way more involved in the game, when they're moving around, setting high screens, being a dominant on the offensive glass and defensive glass, not getting out rebounded by the Warriors small ball lineup. When you got guys like Dion Waiters, when he was passing the ball, finding the open shooter, which again, Dion Waiters kind of reverted back to his regular season form, and he's decided to not hit Kevin Durant running down the side of the court. Kevin Durant's clapping, putting his hand up. It was the right pass to make. Instead, Durant finally got the ball and made a beautiful turnaround jumper, so no harm, no foul.
He has 21 points, 14 of the 21 here in the second quarter. He has 21 points, 14 of the 21 here.
But the difference when you see game 1 and Waiters is running, driving straight to the rim, and instead of shooting it, finds another open shooter, finds another player, another Steven Adams, another Roberson, someone with a better looking shot or a better shot to select from, the Thunder play better basketball. So I don't know why they reverted back to so much hero ball. It was working in the second quarter, but then it started to fail them. I actually thought one of the best plays of the game was in favor of Draymond Green. Russell Westbrook is the smallest freight train you've ever seen in basketball. He's so explosive. He's so much like what Derrick Rose was before his knees went to shit. Draymond Green is backpedaling on Russell Westbrook as he is taking off from the top of the key on a pretty much a fast break in transition. Draymond Green just jabs at the basketball, and Westbrook goes tumbling back out of bounds. No harm, no foul. Literally no foul. I mean that phrase literally. Because Westbrook, turnover right there, the Warriors get the ball back. That kind of capitalized the Warriors' run in that third quarter. And again, once you get to the fourth quarter and you're up by 25, 30 points, your starters don't have to play. Your team has been got the job done in not even a full game of basketball. You don't have to put the minutes on these guys. A big moment of scare for the I should say a scary moment for the Warriors when Steph Curry went tumbling into the stands, into the fans. He stepped over a fan and fell in there, and he was down for a second. Every Warriors fan dead silent, freaking out. Looks like he banged up his elbow a little bit. I think it's just a bruise, nothing really to worry about, but I'm sure we'll see more injury report updates today. I'd highly doubt that Steph Curry would have any effect on him missing any bit of Game 3. Back in Oklahoma City. Now, there is some time off between games 2 and 3 because of the travel day, and they head back to OKC, where at this point, I've been wanting to petition for a best-of-15 series because this is, again, way too much fun to watch. The media has been outright weird when it comes to this Western Conference Finals series, and I say that because the Thunder took Game 1, and by the way, no one thought the Thunder were going to take Game 1, I think except Andre Snellings. And then the Warriors, there's no way the Thunder are going to take Game 2 because the Warriors are going to come out. And while they were right about Game 2, the Warriors stormed out and they won. We get that. If you're the Thunder and you're a fan of Oklahoma City, you got to be ecstatic about that Game 1 win. Because look at the difference in series. If you're going back home down 2-0, as opposed to what seems to be the strategy for a lot of playoff series is just take 1 out of 2 on the opposing team's court. They say for so many times, how many times have you heard it? The playoffs don't start until you lose on your home court. That is such a phrase that's been used. They go back with a 1-1 series to Oklahoma City, which technically puts them at an advantage because they have 2 games at home. Defend your home court, who knows? Maybe they go back with a 3-1 lead. Maybe it's 2-2. Maybe the Warriors go 3-1. I don't know. I just want the media to stop, in general, saying that the Thunder are screwed or the Warriors are screwed. It's a 1-1 series. Leave it be. Game 3 in Oklahoma City on Sunday. Game 2 between the Cavs and the Raptors tonight. No Jonas Valanciunas. He is out for Game 2, likely to be back for Game 3 in Toronto. That could make a huge difference in the Raptors winning one game in the 5-game gentleman's sweep that the Cavs are going to put on Toronto. As Stephen A. Smith said, our condolences go to the country of Canada. Comment below what you think about the Warriors and the Thunder. What happens in Game 3 and Game 4 in Oklahoma City? Is it going to look like rain for Kevin Durant, or is it going to look like more thunderstorms from Steph Curry and Klay Thompson? We'll see what happens. Like, favorite, subscribe to this video. Make sure to follow TYT Sports on Twitter at TYT Sports, and head over to facebook.com/TYT Sports for some awesome highlights, videos, Facebook-friendly content. We'll see you over there.